What's up, everybody? Haven't done a what sold video in a while, quite some time actually. So I thought I would go through some of the listings that have been doing well for me. What's been selling, baby? That's what people want to know. What's been selling? So let's take a look. It's your boy Mess Hall. Welcome back to Mess Hall Digs. If this is your first time stumbling upon my channel, we talk about reselling stuff. We're on all marketplaces, all platforms. We sell on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark. We're on Facebook Marketplace. We're on Depop, Amazon, and Etsy. Anywhere there's a chance to make money, you will find your boy. And thank you for joining us. Consider liking and subscribing if if online selling is something that you're interested in or you want to learn more about. Let me guide you. Let me show you the way, young one. Young grasshopper. Let me show you how to get there. So the first thing I want to go over is a tip. This is a tip for you, and it works very well. It takes a little bit of research. It takes a little bit of paying attention. You have to know what's going on out there in the world amongst the interweb personalities / celebrities. What do they got going on? What are they posting about on their Instagram or Twitter feed? What are they wearing? What's the hottest fashion going on right now? And that brings me to this lovely young gentleman that goes by DaBaby. Now, if you don't know who DaBaby is, he's one of the hottest rappers out right now. He is amazing. I'm a huge fan. I love what he's doing. His style is a little bit different. He's a great lyricist. He got them banging beats on his music. But he has 14 million Instagram followers. So whenever he posts something, that's 14 million eyes that have a chance to see what's up. And then something he might post might go viral, and it might expand out further than that. So that brings me to this point right here. He posted this photo right here, and over 1.5 million people liked this photo. But if you notice, there's something very interesting that only people like your boy might notice. I'm a huge sneakerhead. My loyal followers know that. I talk a lot about sneakers. Probably 75% of what I sell is sneaker related. And in this photo, he is wearing the Jordan 1 First Class, True Flight, Jordan 1 Butters, whatever you want to call them, the white and yellow Jordan 1s that released last year, and they kind of flopped when they released. The retail release price for these were $160, and the resale value dropped below retail, which we all know as resellers is a bad sign. That means these shoes were not doing well. But since this photo released, and DaBaby, one of the biggest hip-hop stars in the world currently, was wearing them, what do you think happened? No need to wait for it. You know what happened. Prices on these shoes skyrocketed. Here's an example of a size 11, and just look at the percentage markup skyrocketing price that these shoes happen to go through right here. I mean, in some sizes, these things even dropped to about $105, man. I mean, they were just... I didn't like them. I didn't try to go after them. I didn't like the design. I didn't like the colorway. They had a barcode on the back. They were okay. They weren't my cup of tea. But now I wish I would have copped a pair, because prices are up now because of this one Instagram post. So pay attention to what's going on social media. I've talked about this before with Travis Scott. In one of his concerts that was in his documentary, he was wearing an Averex leather jacket, which helped me sell the Averex leather jacket that I had in my store, and I got top value for that thing. Thank you, Travis Scott. Pay attention to what them stars are doing. What are they wearing? Especially when they're going to the gym or you see them out and about. What do they got going on? And you might be able to get a great markup on stuff that you already have. All right, now let's get into this list. I think I got about 21 items of things that have sold in the last week. I've sold more than that, but I picked these 21 out for a reason. So number one on the list is this Bonnaroo t-shirt. Now, Bonnaroo is a huge music celebration. It's not too far from where I'm at in Tennessee. It's out past Nashville. Usually has a huge lineup with huge stars. It's one of the bigger music celebrations of the year. It's right up there with Coachella and music festivals like that. And the reason I wanted to kind of highlight this one is because you don't have to necessarily go after band tees or concert tees or festival tees that are vintage or way older. I mean, I've sold band tees and concert tees from concerts that happened last year. So if you come across a band tee or a music festival tee or a concert tee at all, just pick it up. People are looking for these things. This is a perfect example of that. This is a Bonnaroo t-shirt from 2013. I believe Paul McCartney was there that year. And I picked it up for $2 and this one sold for $17. So again, I like going over these flips that aren't so huge, but they're more of bread and butter items. And that's how us resellers usually make a steady income, is from bread and butter items. Yes, eventually you're going to get that home run, but those don't happen all the time. You're going to make your money off bread and butter. But concert tees, band tees, these are going to sell. Just pick them up if you see them. This next one is my Herman Munster that I got at the Walgreens. It's a Walgreens exclusive. I did a video a while back where I picked up a bunch of these. They were on clearance. I think they were $3 and some a piece. Been selling them steady for $12. Not a huge markup again, but Pop Funkos are still doing well. They're still making money on certain ones you can get. I just picked up a Pee Wee Herman one the other day. Paid a few dollars for it. It's going for $24, $25 in most cases. But I think I'm going to keep Pee Wee for myself. But nonetheless, Pop Funko, in case you haven't heard, these are worth picking up. Always do your research though. Always have your phone with you. Look them up by name. The exclusives are the ones you want to go after the most. Walgreens exclusive, Target exclusives, Hot Topic exclusives. Standard common ones aren't going to go for a lot unless they're older models that you can't find anymore. So Pop Funko, still worth getting in my opinion. Next on the list is another toy, which I'm excited to share some toys finally, because toys don't do too well for me. And I think that's mainly because they're just not my niche, man. Like, I'm into some old school toys now. If you're talking old school stuff, like He-Man and G.I. Joe, I'm your boy. I'm your boy. But some of this newer stuff that's out, if there's toys on clearance, unless it's something that my kids are into or my son's into, not really too keen on what's going on. I do know a little bit about Harry Potter. I think I've seen one or two of the movies. I know this guy, Draco, whatever his name is, was one of the bad kids or whatever, the blonde-headed bad kid. One of the bad ones, I think. But I kind of recognized who it was. I found this at Bargain Hunt, which is kind of like a Big Lots if you don't have a Bargain Hunt near you. He was on clearance for $2. I sold him for $14. Not a huge markup again, but it's just nice to start moving some toys about my inventory. It's nice, man! As we move along through this video, you'll notice that I put a lot of things on this list that I found from different locations, because if you're a follower of mine, you know that your boy has never met a store I didn't like. I buy and source from everything, from online to gas stations. I go everywhere. If there's a sale going on, I'm going. If there's a clearance event going on, I'm going. I hit up thrift stores. I hit up antique stores. I go to Plato's Closet. I go to Ross. I go to the mall. I go to Dick's Sporting Goods. I go to Camity Sports. I go everywhere. I'm online every day just searching around. I even go on eBay to try to catch people slipping on eBay. So keep in mind, there's a lot of different things you can do to source and research. This next thing on the list is that New York Islanders hat that I had talked about in one of my haul videos. I got it for $7.99, ended up flipping it for $24. So whenever you're at Ross or Marshall's or Burlington Coat Factory, always go through the hat section, see what's going on. So we know basketball's back in session. They're in Orlando. It's called the Bubble. So basketball team stuff is going to start selling again. NHL is back in action. They're going to start selling again. Baseball's back in action. So pay attention to what sports are currently popular. Golf, the PGA Championship is going on right now as we speak. So all these sporting events and sports is starting to come back into play. So it might start selling. So start looking at hats, see what's going on in that section. And that's a tip for there. The next item on this list is this Scooby-Doo tie-dye hat. Now I found this gem at the Cracker Barrel little country store that they have inside their restaurants. Now if you've been to Cracker Barrel, you know they got that little store inside. They are always having a clearance sale all the time, all year round. I found this badass little hat right here for $2 on clearance, and it sold for $21. Not a bad flip. So even Cracker Barrel beware. Your boy's out there. Your boy's sourcing everywhere. Not even Cracker Barrel is safe. This next one was a local thrift store find. We have a family-owned thrift store in my area. It's not one of the bigger chains like Goodwill or Salvation Army. It's a locally owned joint. I go in there every single week, and I happen to find these Jordans. Now, these Jordans were a low-top 2009 release. I remember when these were released because I caught me a pair back in 2009. You can't find them anymore. They were never re-released. That is the key when it comes to a lot of shoes. Try to go after things that you can't just walk into any store and buy. And this is an example of that. I picked these up for $7.99 used, and they sold for $60. The next item is I found them at the same exact time I found the Jordans from the last section. These were Skechers. They were close to being new. It looks like they were worn maybe once or twice. Now, like I said, I don't rule out any brand when it comes to shoes. I've sold Adidas, Converse, Skechers, Dan. I've sold them all. And these Skechers were in such great condition, and they were at a great price. I think I paid $10.99. Ended up selling them for $31. So a decent flip. But condition of shoes kind of sways my buying. My buying, what do I want to call this? My purchasing decisions are swayed when things are very good condition, brand new. If it's something new with tags, I almost always pick it up. So this was another good one. The next item on the list is this Famous zip-up hoodie. Now, Famous was a bigger brand, maybe 10 years ago, started by Travis Barker, the drummer from Blink-182. And if you don't know who Blink-182 is, might want to check what planet you're from. Might be from Jupiter. You might be from Jupiter. Might be an alien. So anyway, that's not even why I copped this thing. Because Famous stuff is hit and miss. There's only certain items from that brand that are still sought after by fans of Famous or Travis Barker. The reason I snatched this hoodie up is because I recognized it from that famous meme. Now, I don't know if you remember this meme. I'll post a picture of it for you here. But it's when they were making fun of the old Justin Bieber. What Justin Bieber is going to look like in 30 years. It was this meme. It's still going around. It's hilarious. But in this meme, there's this old dude, and he's wearing this exact same hoodie in the meme. And I thought for sure this thing was going to fly out of my store. And I was wrong. Wrong. This thing has sat in my store for at least 6 months. I've dropped the price probably 4 times. Thankfully, I picked it up pretty cheap at a yard sale. I think I paid a couple dollars for it. Ended up selling for $19, so not a huge swing. But from what I thought it was going to get and what it sold for, kind of disappointing. Especially because of Travis Barker, Blink-182. It's a Famous zip-up hoodie. And dude was wearing it in the meme. Thought for sure. But hey, sometimes we wrong. Sometimes we wrong, and that's okay. We live and we learn. This next one is another zip-up hoodie. It's from Fox. Now, Fox is huge, man. Every time I get a Fox hoodie, Their fleece line hoodies are the most popular, but anytime you get any kind of Fox hoodie, zip up hoodie, Fox Racing something, it's going to sell. It's a popular brand, has a huge following. So add that to your list. Fox Racing, anything Fox, big time. I picked this up for $4.98, I think it was. It sold for $29, and that's on the low end of most of Fox things that I sell. So be on the lookout for Fox Racing. This next one is Under Armour hunting. Hunting gear always sells good for me. I always pick up hunting stuff. This is a fleece half zip Under Armour hunting. Under Armour makes really good hunting stuff. It's very sought after by experienced hunters. And of course, as I've brought up before, the best TV show of all time, Duck Dynasty, they were sponsored by Under Armour. So they make really good hunting stuff. Anytime I get anything Under Armour hunting, it sells immediately. But Mossy Oak, hunters are always buying new gear, stuff to stay warm because hunting season is usually in the wintertime. So be on the lookout for hunting gear. Another great find. I think I paid $4.98 for this as well. Sold it for $25 used. It was in pretty good condition, but again, it was used, and I got $25 for it. So hunting gear, especially Under Armour stuff. Yo! Baby Jordans, baby. Sold me another pair of Baby Jordans. Now, I call all little shoes Baby Jordans. It doesn't matter what brand they are. They're all Baby Jordans anyway. These are actually Air Max 95, size 12C. I picked these up for $3.98. Sold them for $25. They're in pretty good shape, as most Baby Jordans are. But still, sought after. Adults want to match the shoes that they wear to what the babies are wearing. So be on the lookout for anything stylish, Nike, Jordan, Adidas, anything Baby Jordan-ish in smaller sizes is going to sell. This is another surprising one. You know, health and fitness is a huge thing going on. I found 2 pairs of Rogue fitness shorts. Now, Rogue makes really good gym equipment. Didn't really know they had apparel out. But all the fitness stuff like Lululemon leggings and Nike yoga pants and these Rogue fitness shorts, even used, they're worth a lot of money. I didn't realize what I had when I got them. I just recognized Rogue. They were really good. I got both pairs for $4. Ended up selling 2 pairs of used gym shorts. Used gym shorts for $35. Paid 4, made 35. Used gym shorts. So be on the lookout. This was one of those items where I just got it because it was nostalgic. I knew what it was. It wasn't vintage. It was a newer knockoff. Kind of someone made it in their basement type thing. But it's a dare to keep kids off drugs. Fanny Pack. Manufacture date on this thing was like 2019. So it wasn't vintage, but it was still cool. It brought back some memories because I remember the dare dudes coming through and when I was in school and, you know, teaching us about drugs and all that kind of good stuff. So I copped it. I spent $5 on it. Ended up selling it for $19. So I still got a good flip out of it. But fanny packs are in style, as you guys know. So be on the lookout for fanny packs, man. Fanny packs. Something that might not be on your list right now, but you need to put on it. This is another one of those things that I talk about. The region that you're in. Memphis Grizzlies, Tennessee Titans, the University of Tennessee are all huge, big fan followings in the area that I live in. But there are also fans across the country. And when you have fans across the country, perfect example. I'm from California, the Bay Area. My favorite team on earth is the Cal Golden Bears, which play out of Berkeley, California. Now in Tennessee, I can't find Cal anything. So I have to order my stuff online, and there's people in California living in Berkeley getting the stuff dirt cheap, and they're marking it up 50% to sell it to me. Well, I'm doing the same thing here. I'm getting Memphis Grizzlies stuff dirt cheap, like this hat, and I'm marking it up and selling it to you in Texas. Next on the list is one of these Patagonia hats that I found at TJ Maxx, and I got super excited because TJ Maxx, I've never seen Patagonia before. Finally started getting it in at my local store. I found some Patagonia hats there. I bought this one for $12 and resold it for $29. It's a Patagonia foam trucker hat. Really awesome style. So TJ Maxx is another store to add to your list. It's hit and miss most of the time at TJ Maxx, but sometimes you do find some gems. So keep an eye out and add that store to your hit list. This next pair of shoes was a huge score. I don't know how it was even possible that my local Ross store got these, but these are the Air Max Inside Out Mystic Purples. The cool thing about these, they were kind of a limited release. The inside tag of the shoe was on the outside, hence the Inside Out name. They had them for $40 brand new. I scooped them immediately. They were the only pair I've ever seen like them. And these sold for $125. So thankfully, as a sneakerhead, as a sneaker aficionado, when I see certain things, I know what I have in, when it's on the shelf, I know what to grab. I always tell everyone on this channel, if there's a certain niche that you know a lot about, dive into that market and you'll be able to figure things out and make a lot of money selling and getting into things that you really know about. The next item on the list is a T-Mobile team hat. Now, it's another thing that I talk about on this channel is I love brand apparel, hats, vests, jackets, whatever. Everything that you're out there in these big box stores, you see the employees wearing, whether it's at Target, Walmart, Best Buy, whatever, they get issued or they have to end up paying for their polo shirts, their jackets, their security vests, whatever it is. I find this stuff out in the wild all the time. And every time I get something, it makes a lot of money. I found a lot of McDonald's employees hats one time. They were all brand new. They sold out immediately. This is another example of that. It's a T-Mobile store team hat. I posted this up. It sold pretty fast. Not huge money again. I picked this hat up for $2. It was brand new with tags. It sold for $16, so not a huge score, but that was kind of the going rate for these hats. But the Walmart vest that the employees wear, I mean, I've sold those for $35 a piece before. I picked these things up dirt cheap. So keep an eye out for these big box stores, employee apparel. This next one is another example of, I think I was at Marshall's when I picked this up. Marshall's is another great store that I like to go to. Baseball season just started back up. I found this Reds hat. I paid $11 for it at Marshall's. It sold for $31. I always go after kind of weird, off the beaten path type hats. New Era, of course, is the best brands to get. But I like this one because it had the calligraphy C Cincinnati Reds logo, which isn't seen too often around like the Fanatics websites or Major League Baseball store websites, or even the Lids, which is that store in the mall you see that sells mostly sports hats. So I look for things that I don't really see out and about or online, and that's what I tend to pick up. This was an example of that. Picked this up for $11. Like I said, it sold pretty fast. So try to keep an eye out for things that someone just can't walk into a store and buy, or they can't just jump online and find it. It's something that's kind of harder to find. It's not really limited edition, but it's more under the radar type stuff. Next on the list, another pair of Jordans that I found. Again, very limited. You don't see too many of these. Matter of fact, I only saw, I think, 2 other pairs on all of eBay. These are like the canvas highs. I think they came out in 2011. I paid $14 for them. They were in really good condition. Ended up selling them for $80. It's not a typical Jordan that you see around. And like I just mentioned, I like looking for off the beaten path, harder to find type stuff you don't really see too often. People tend to be looking for things like this. They want to wear things that no one else has seen. They want to stand out. They want to make a statement. Those are the pieces I tend to go for. Great sell all around. All around great sell. And the last item on the list, Damian Lillard, another basketball star, plays for the Portland Trail Blazers. And even more important than that, he's your boy. He came from Oakland, California, right by where I grew up. He's a hometown hero. Love Dame Lillard. I followed him his whole career. especially because he's from round the way. He has his own signature shoe with Adidas. When these came out, this is a colorway that's more hard to find. I ended up selling these for $95. I paid $29.99 for them. So it was a great flip. If they were my size, I would have kept them. They weren't my size. But again, another weird, off the beaten path, kind of rarer colorway of his signature shoe. I knew they were going to sell. I just had to beat the market price and still made a very nice, hefty profit for myself. And that'll do it. That's it. That's the show for today. Hope you had a good time. Hope you learned some things. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit me up. Leave a comment. I always answer all my comments. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time. Yo!